Getting ready to go. See how this works. Gem steak grill for breakfast.
Separate or together?
Separate.
She'll keep them separate.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be easier that way because
Oh, okay.
especially you say you're gonna buy breakfast and then all of a sudden they're ordering.
And he's cheap.
Yeah.
One of the things we like to do when we're out doing our rides is geocache. And this happens to be a virtual geocache, so you got to answer a question or more to get credit. But that's what we're going to do.
Criminal syndicalism.
Okay. Criminal syndicals. See that, children? That's why you always wear a helmet with a face shield, because that little bugger right there would have got me right between the eyes.
You got a rock chip?
We've made it as far as Avery, Idaho, topping off our gas tanks, and gonna get off the tarmac and onto some dirt. The report from the local is we might not be able to pass Freezeout Ridge. It might be snowed in. So we will see. We're taking a little impromptu break next to the creek, checking our equipment, getting some water, tightening up loose things.
Get a little dust off.
Alright, so once again, we've stopped here at the North Fork of the Clearwater and National Forest Road 301. It's quite warm. A little warmer than we were expecting, so we've all kind of shed some layers. I took the pants, legs off my shants, and well, we'll get geared back up and head that way. That is where we're going. Okay, well, we've had lots of little trees that we've been able to ride over. This is kind of the first bunch of trees that we've actually had to stop and analyze. So we will put our collective minds together and see what we come up with. Who's the Boy Scout that knows how to tie a good knot?
Not me.
Yeah, my son's a Boy Scout.
You saw that.
All right, so what we did was John Stanley had a hand chainsaw. So we cut it and utilized a rope for some leverage and got it off the side of the road. And then here was the next one. And you can see it spanned this whole way. So we sawed through again and cleared our path. And then up in that far shadow, there's another tree that, top of a tree that was laying across the road. And it was already broken. So we were able to just yank the top and get it out of the way. And as you see, we are starting to hit some patches of snow. So who knows what we'll find at the top. Well, so we made it about 50 feet past where the logs were. And we were wondering if we were going to hit some snow. John, what do we see?
There's some dirt.
Dirt! And this is terrible snow. Very slick, wet snow. So what did we learn from that? Here's one lesson we learned. If you're stopped doing something on the side of the road, go ahead and take the time to maybe explore up the road a little bit. Especially when you start to see...
Before you put all your stuff back on.
Before you put all your stuff back on and you already see snow on the side of the road, maybe it'd be a good idea to scout up the road a little bit to know what's coming up. All right, so after getting up to 5,400 feet and finding snow, we have turned around. We've come back down to the North Fork of Clearwater River, found a campsite. We're gonna have a little lunch, a little water, a little food, and decide what the plan is next.
We're about 10 minutes from North Fork of the Clearwater, the second bridge down, the only two bridges that cross the North Fork of the Clearwater. We could just go down and check that out. Then we could turn around and come back.
Alder Creek. We're a few minutes away from getting off the dirt and onto the tarmac. The last 10-15 minutes have just been a complete dust bowl because we encountered all sorts of Forest Service vehicles. So at the Avery Ranger Station. We're now off dirt, back on the tarmac. Time to cruise home. Ha! Tip number 2 for the day. If it looks like rain, put on your rain gear. All right, end of the ride, ended up in the rain. We hit snow, we hit rain, thunder, hail. Well, hail, but it was all good.